All right. So, who would like to kick off our recap? What happened the last session or two?
Ooh, lots and lots of trauma.
Yeah.
Lots of emotional damage.
We gathered some alchemical components. Performed a dedication ritual.
That
Tolman
most people were involved in.
Yep. Except for Silverstring, because Silverstring is a loner and edgy and hates rituals.
I'm that lone wolf.
And then Tolman used the alchemical components to create the elixir that would put us in an altered state.
Tolman now knows how to make drugs, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We entered that state and dealt with our corruption through a series of skill challenges.
Yeah, tried to scour that defilerness off Will and Tolman's souls.
Which was successful.
Thankfully. Because not success was
apparently worse than death.
Pretty dang bad, potentially.
That was catastrophic failure.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Will was not able to remove the blue in the process.
He's still blue. Dabba-dee, dabba-die.
Yep.
Sorry, we'll cheer you up, buddy.
Everything is blue to him.
I'm not sad.
Get a blue little house with a blue little window.
And a blue Corvette.
And then we were on our way to Kolsk.
Ja.
Yeah, let's go.
And you said the each round was a week, so we spent 3 weeks doing that process.
True.
We managed to get the fruit of Kylos, thanks to Saz.
Oh. Yes, and Saz's sacrifice.
Taking a sacrifice, yeah.
Yep.
We all got a little epic boonage.
Yeah. I think Tolman picked Shield. Will picked Absorb Elements. Silverstring picked Command. And then Sazota now can do Thunder Wave.
It's an elemental ninja.
And I can take a hit from thunder. Or lightning damage, and I'm immune to it now.
Very nice.
Immune to it or resistant? I can't remember.
Immune.
It was immune to one and resistant to the other, right?
No, it was just immune.
No, I gave up the resistance.
Oh, okay, that's right.
You become our lightning rod.
Yep. Which fits.
Yeah. Here's a Pokemon with that skill. Raichu?
We need a lightning-based snake Pokemon.
See, now I'm just imagining Pikachu as like a monk, though.
Well, I mean, you got Electabuzz. I mean, you're halfway there.
Yeah.
That is true.
Or what does Electabuzz evolve into now?
Electivire. Yeah. Not really a snake.
Electros is basically an eel.
Oh my god, yeah, Electros works.
There you go.
Let's go.
Recap devolves into Pokemon.
Just nerds talking about nerd shit.
Yeah. I'll always remember Black and White getting Electros and being like, this thing has no weaknesses. Yay!
Back in the day, Electros was really good.
I didn't play that one. I stopped after Crystal.
Fair.
I still play them because special interest.
Yeah, a lot of people have had trouble with Crystal over the years.
It's one of those things, I was able to put it down pretty easily.
Walter White's coming for you.
Yeah.
With his blue meth.
His name is Walter Will.
It's like you've been having problems with Crystal, huh? I'm the one who knocks. I have never actually watched Breaking Bad.
Neither,
I
actually.
just know it from the memes.
Exactly.
Yep.
His name's Tolman Cross because everything I make takes a toll.
Ooh.
And you better hope you're wearing a cross. Boom.
Oh, that's some side character energy right there.
For real.
What's his gimmick? He's got crosses and he rings a bell. Something about for whom the bell tolls. All right. So where did we end last session? I think we ended pretty much right after the soul journey.
Correct.
Yep.
We came
Right
back, we
after
got our
eating
boon,
the
and that was
fruit.
it.
We
Yeah.
ate fruit.
Yeah.
So you dine upon Kylos' blessing. The very blessing that Zazota sacrificed so much for. 2 points of constitution weakened. However, grown stronger from it, though in a different way. 3 weeks you had spent, though seemingly nourished, not withered away, save for perhaps a little bit on Zazota, that extra time taking its toll. And you have gained your boons, knowing full well the power you've gained from eating that fruit. The illusory version of Concussion lingers above the butterfly-strewn altar, gazing down at you almost a little smugly. There's a little bit of a, like if a turtle can smirk, he's smirking a little bit. So you're finally awake, he says in a tone that mimics the astrologer, not his true voice.
It certainly seems that way. And I must say, I'm feeling much better.
Yes, you've ridden yourself of your darkness. I can sense it.
You don't look quite as stormy anymore.
Stormy.
Oh, sorry, that was the dream. Soul cleansing.
Aye. That was an experience, to say the least.
One I don't want to repeat anytime soon.
No, not at all. Pretty terrible.
Turns out our souls are all a little mangled. It's nice to know, though, that we have them. That's certainly something.
Hey. I mean, I was pretty sure I had one already.
I'm pretty sure you folks all had one.
And now we all know that we all have one.
So, despite our souls looking a little, mangled, let's just say, at least they're there. And that's something to be happy about.
Right. I mean, we came through it all right.
Indeed, indeed.
Better for the experience. But I don't know better.
I think
Maybe in a way, a bit.
Well, they do say trauma and loss make for great learning companions.
And we got a boon from Kylos as well.
Oh, yes, that we did.
Yes.
I don't think it's anything I'd ever want to do again.
Well, then try to avoid taking any more corruption onto your soul.
I think the Godling is past that point. So I shudder to think that it would be necessary again.
The godling is, perhaps, but you yourselves are not. We are the vessels for Kylos' divinity now. Our actions reflect on it. you have
What exactly?
Apologies. Please continue, Tolman.
Oh, I was just gonna ask, what exactly does that mean?
The deity is still growing. Do you think the faith of others will not affect its growth?
I hadn't entirely considered it.
A nature god from a barbaric tribe in a distant northern land would be wildly different from one from a posh southern metropolis, don't you think?
That makes sense.
It is a growing deity. Your faith and the faith of others will echo through that growth. One more thing to worry about. The turtle chuckles and the entire island sort of shakes back and forth, the trees waving from the motion. Several fruits dropping and hitting the ground, and the smell of just pollen everywhere. Do you have a plan for your time in the north?
Seems to be our plan is spread the good word.
Hey, but like specific plan? I don't think so.
No, not really.
Never started a religion before this. I'm not exactly sure.
Neither have I.
I admit starting a religion wasn't something I thought I'd be doing when I set out myself, so...
You and me both. I tend to detest the thought, but here we find ourselves anyways.
Perhaps we can try to make something good of it.
Yes, if you intend to prophesize, you might want to sit down and think about things.
Is there anything you can tell us about the place we're headed to?
I haven't visited there in some time, but I know of things. Kolsk is a land shrouded in shadow. Please continue.
Oh, sorry. No, I didn't mean to interrupt.
The illusory turtle just kind of looks at you, waving his flippers. Very well. The last report I got on the place was over a decade ago, and there were already problems. The great tree cast the lands north of it in shadow. I'll take you to the world map real quick. Because of that, Kolsk in the area north and east of the tree has become a twilight land. It was already a place troubled with shadows. Now the area around is swarming with monsters and worse things, and the people there hide behind walls to avoid them. I don't even know if I'll be able to get close to Kolsk's ports, given the monsters in the water. But I should be able to drop you off at the tree itself, for its roots touch the shore.
Wow. So you mean there are things in the water that would even trouble you?
I do not fight.
Oh,
For reasons I do not wish to go into quite yet. Long ago I swore the oath of pacifism.
ah. So
Do-
I have a question about your what do you call them? Your splinters of yourself you've split off.
My simulacrum, though.
Yes, yes. So do they all look like cone or I mean, if not, how would we recognize them if we run across them?
Some may still have the turtle shapes I molded them into. But it's not a guarantee. When I invested them with the shreds of my divinity, they became more powerful than standard simulacrum. They can learn, they can grow, and they can live. And it's been centuries. I imagine some would have taken other shapes. As for whether or not you will know, well, your own investigative processes will be up to you. But I have no device, spell, or keyword that will clue you in on which is which, and who is who.
Remind me, what was their original purpose again?
Divine the shards of divinity, specifically Melora, to protect and nurture them so that they may grow into a future divinity, a future Melora. Though I myself have since acquitted myself of such a goal, I cannot be sure that they have given up or have twisted it to their own ends. Some may be good, others evil. You have met one. There are 12 more.
13 pieces in all. Okay. Going back to Kolsk, you said it has become a twilight land.
Yes,
Do you know where these monsters may have originated from?
in the world before Radiance, there were many things that feared the light. They came out at night. They hunted and preyed on those bold enough to travel underneath the stars. When Radiance took root, they hid in the lands behind mountains, under trees, where Radiance was weak or not at all present. They thrive there. They hunt there. It is there you will find the dead. It is there you will find the Raksha. And those other things from the dark that fear the light.
So perhaps we should focus on shaping the godling into a god of light or the sun.
Or we can bring light and hope to the people.
I think that would work.
However you wish to shape Gylos is up to you. I wish no hand in the shaping of deities. I am worried that I would simply try to make another Melora. So I must step back and allow you that honor, that grave responsibility. Do not fail me.
Well, I'm certain we have no intention of that.
Well, you know what they say about intentions.
It forges the path of many.
And many of them are damned.
Well, then what better place to start than the land of the undead?
It certainly won't be easy.
Did either of you have questions? Silverstring,
What's
Suzoda?
what's a good way to get in with locals, I wonder? If they're as fearful as we make them out to be. We've been through a lot.
That's not a bad question.
I do not know. I have not walked among the people of that place. I have only heard stories from my, well, agents, friends.
Well then, perhaps maybe we should try to find some of your agents. You wouldn't happen to know where one might be, would you?
I know a creature there, at the tree. They call it Gaia the Younger. Gaia simply is Elvish for great tree. I'll spell it out for you.
Great tree the
Or
younger.
perhaps we're supposed to switch them. The younger great tree.
We have a younger great tree and a young godling. How would we talk to a tree?
I imagine you'd talk to it the same way you talk to anything. I just don't know how it would talk you back.
I know there are certain people attuned with nature who can speak with things like plants, but I'm far from one of them.
I know nothing of plants. Not really, anyway.
I'm glad at least you know that they don't talk back. Well, not that you know anyway. I'm sure they do talk back, but
How would I know? It's a strange question.
well, your will, most things talk back to you.
Right. Don't hurt yourself thinking there.
Well, maybe our godling can help us figure that out when the time comes. Or maybe we can find some help along the way.
That seems to be how we usually operate.
Indeed.
Roll through and try our best.
That's all we can ask, is for you to try your best.
So how much longer do you think it'll take to get to Kolsk?
I was planning on spending 5 additional weeks getting there.
Oh. That's a good amount of time.
It is. There are parts of the waters I must circumnavigate. It will not be a straight line. There are many dangers in the deeps, and as you now know, I do not wish to fight.
Right, right.
Well, if there's anything that we can do to help you along the way.
Then I will let you know. If it comes to that, fighting, that is, I will require your aid. But my presence is generally enough to scare away most creatures of the deep. And I
I can
still...
see that.
Yes. And I still have some of my old power. While we travel, I will communicate with the few people I know in the north to get you some information. I suggest you rest, plan, and make ready. The future of one of this world's few remaining gods is in your hands now.
No pressure, right?
None whatsoever.
Well, I mean, I reckon you'll have plenty of time to read your book there, Toland.
Indeed, and study my scroll.
Aye. What does one do on a floating island for weeks?
Well, we can certainly do lots of fishing, lots of praying, and lots of studying. And I'm sure Sazota would like to do some training.
Of course, a little bit of meditation. Maybe set up a striking dummy.
And maybe Concoction here can help guide and strengthen my magic as well.
Oh, that's a good idea.
He could always go for a swim.
You could do a lot worse for a tutor. Oh,
I imagine you beat that, but
Who's this?
I targeted you, man.
Oh, all right. Let's see
Oh, man.
here.
Oh no.
What command was that?
Swim.
Oh my. Let's see. I don't think I can even get to the water in a round.
Just see him run off. It only lasts a round, so you don't get there.
Well, hold
Yeah.
on, you can, because you were right here.
Yeah. Oh, is that level ground?
No, it's only a 10-foot jump, so it's not
Dash
it's not
action will get you there.
dangerous, but yeah, it's a dash.
Will, where are you going?
I guess
I'll
I'm
just-
swimming. Huh?
It's only a verbal component too.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how fast the turtle is moving, or if I'll even be able to get back to the.
Well, there's
It's
steps right
just
here.
easy. Just drift towards the stairs. Yeah.
Let's hope, huh?
Just literally, Will just starts sprinting, kind of like crouches down, jumps into the water with a heavy splash. Gets soaking wet, but you're in your new armor.
Oh,
So you feel
In my-
you feel comfortable in the water. It's like,
oh, I forgot.
yeah, you have
Yeah.
a swim speed now. Like, you feel
Not so bad.
buoyant.
I didn't forget.
It's almost like a second home. This lovely armor just making you feel at peace, comfort in the waves. Some of the fish that encircle Concoction investigate you. Maybe even try to take like a nibble of the armor, realize you're not food, and then swim away. and within a few moments you find yourself climbing up the stone walkway on the side of the turtle that leads to the water. And you realize 100% what was done.
I'll just be like leaning back against this wall. Have a good, have a good swim, Will.
Oh, I did. I had a lovely swim. Oh, I really appreciate that. That was nice. It's always great when someone forces you to do something against your will. And I'm gonna slug you.
Yep.
Alright. He casts
Hold
his,
on.
his new favorite spell, Punch.
Can I assist him by showing him exactly how to hold his fist or to put his thumb, extend his knuckles just so, give him
Absolutely.
the help action on that?
Absolutely. You have advantage.
Oh lord.
I get thumped. Yep.
It's like in the perfect area to cause the maximum amount of uncomfortable pain but not do any damage. Like
Hits him like square in the chest, but not as hard as he can.
Okay. Oh, I get smited.
No.
Oh.
I would not do that. I would not smite you with a punch.
A little bit of retribution.
Oh.
while it is a righteous and much deserved punch, it is not worthy. And you now feel pain just echoing through your body as you were hit like in the perfect spot to cause maximum pain.
Just divine reverberation.
Okay.
Okay.
I reckon that
Okay.
makes a square.
Yeah, that's fair. I won't do that again. But it was funny. It was funny. Right?
I imagine everyone else was pleased.
Yeah.
I found it a little bit funny.
Illusory
Right.
Cone is just looking disappointed. Disappointed turtle face.
Speaking of which, would you mind storing one of those in this new ring, trying it out?
Oh,
Sure.
that's nice. It's a good
Absolutely.
idea.
And I will cast a... Would that consume a spell slot putting it into the ring?
Yes. No, it won't because you cast it without spell slot.
Okay. I'll throw it into the ring.
Free 5th level commands for everyone.
Yeah.
I can only do that once, though.
Yeah, it's like once a day.
Once a day, yeah. Still, 5th level command is 5 targets. Holy moly.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people we can just tell what to do.
It's a lot of swimmers.
God, could you imagine we just walk into town and we're like, by the power of Kylos, grovel, and like 5 people just... Whoa! Okay.
We start
Get
on
out
our way
of
to
my
make a
head.
subjugation
Jesus.
god. Let's go.
Get out of my head.
How do you want to build this religion? Grovel. It's like
what
Oh,
have we done?
starts as like Kylos the Renewer and becomes like Kylos the Dom. Like
Yeah.
oh.
Out of curiosity, what other spells do you guys have?
A few?
Monk.
Like a lot.
Shield.
I have-
X. Ooh, Armor of Agathis might be good for you, actually. To
I have
upcast to 5th
animal
level.
friendship, but only on snakes. Suggestion, poison spray, and thunderwave.
Healing Word, Silvery Barbs, Shatter, Phantasmal Force, Aid, Hypno Pattern, Plant Growth, Dispel Magic.
I could store a lot of silvery barbs on this ring.
Oh,
Ah,
that would be great.
you think
No, I'm
my
not gonna do
combats are
that.
hard now?
yeah.
I'm not going to do that for that exact reason.
It's
Yeah.
a long list.
Instead, you should just store a ton of counterspell.
There's the gentleman's agreement of just silvery barbs and what to do.
Hey, Will, do you have Bless?
I do.
You mind if I steal that from you? or store
Aye.
that from you.
Sure. Bless, command, cure wounds, detect evil and good, detect magic, detect poison and disease, divine favor, heroism, protection from evil and good. Why that's on there twice. Purify food and drink, searing smite, shield of faith, thunderous smite, wrathful smite, ceremonial alarm, detect magic, inflict wounds, shield, absorb elements, moonbeam, see invisibility, aid, branding smite, find steed, lesser restoration, locate object, magic weapon,
Ooh.
protection from poison,
Find
and zone of
steed.
truth.
Aid might be a good one too.
Yeah, I have aid, but 8 at 5th level would be
Yeah.
sweet.
Well, fun
Um,
fact, with my Tome of Clear Thought, that's actually 6th level.
Wabam! That's like 25 hit points. Find steed would be interesting. Would that give you a steed? Another space camel?
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'd really like to have either Aid or Bless.
Either one. Aid, bless,
feel
inflict
like-
wounds.
I feel like Aid could potentially be the most useful. That's a lot of extra help for us.
Aye, that's true.
And that would give me another either 2 first levels or a 2nd level spell. And I have just the thing for that one.
I actually have a question for Tolmond.
Hmm.
What kind of lightning aspected spells do you have?
Surprisingly, none.
Ah,
I really thought about taking the 3rd level one. I forgot what it's called. Lightning Bolt,
Right?
I think. But
Yeah, it's Lightning
what
Bolt.
I've been doing is taking a lot of like key ones or like signature ones like Counterspell and Fireball, and then
Mhm.
after that taking a lot of ritual spells. So I have an unbelievable amount of ritual spells.
nice.
Like I have comprehend languages, find familiar, detect magic, Tensor's floating disk, identify, Lehman's tiny hut, water breathing.
What are the others? Oh, it's
All of those are really good, though. Really useful.
Yeah.
If we need to
Yeah.
fuck off, we can just do Lehman's tiny hut.
Don't we have a ring of water breathing?
We do.
We do. This lets me give it to up to 10 willing creatures
Yeah.
for 24 hours.
Nice.
I traded out one of my other spells for that. I've been doing that periodically.
Alright.
So what spells are you putting in the ring?
So I have Command, Aid,
Those
so
30.
that's 3 levels. And then I was probably going to put either Invisibility or Misty Step. But my my spell save DC is actually decent. So I'm thinking about putting Rhymes Binding Ice instead. Because it's a non-concentration spell.
It's very useful too. Very
Yeah,
potent.
so I'm gonna do that. So Rhymes Binding Ice, Aid if Will is willing, and Command.
Right?
I'll put it in our game discussion chat.
Alright. So you take a few moments to fill your ring of spell storing. Cones Cone's little gift to you, and yeah, it's now full of those 3 spells, and you can upcast one of them once a day to 5th level 6 if you use your tome. So, downtime. We have a lot of it. But you're also kind of on a turtle, so there's not like tons of things to do. My apologies. So what are we doing for downtime? Does anyone have anything they would like to do?
Would there be any way to practice our skills and like get better at them?
You could put time towards that, but I think it overall it tends to take quite a while time to train a new skill.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like the actual.
I would probably have Will try to repair the temple, like fix it back up.
Ooh.
Yeah, clean things up, fix the damage to the stonework and stuff like that. As best he can.
Alright, cool. Let's see, go ahead and give me like a stone workers tools check. If you don't have it, just an intelligence check.
Can I help?
You can, yeah. If you want to spend your 5 weeks of downtime helping.
Oh,
I think you have better things to do.
yeah. Sorry, buddy.
It's not great.
You rolled a 1 and a 2 so far this session. This is...
Okay, all the bad rolls are out of the way for Will.
I mean, we say that until there's another... until it's 12. After 3 weeks of trying to build up this temple as best you can, like, you stand proud as you're looking at your achievement. You can't really see the same flaws that everybody else seems to be able to see, of like crooked stone, like very patchwork, shoddy craftsmanship. You tried your best. I don't know if anybody here has the heart to tell you your best was not good enough. Concussion is not that kind of person, our turtle dragon. So Concussion's like, oh yeah, you did a great job, like. But also, those of you who are paying attention know that like Concussion isn't taking any sudden maneuvers for fear that the repairs will just come tumbling down from the action. So he's like swimming extra softly and gently, much like. Go on.
I think Suzoto would be the one to break it to them gently.
All right. So you see all this teetering work that's about to be done as like Will standing there looking proud of his achievements.
So I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I'm just going to like one tap punch it and just let it crumble.
Weeks of work, Will. Weeks of sweat and toil. Occasionally taking a break to like cool off in the water with your new armor. And while this beautiful patchwork job that you've done, you even lined up the stone to form a pattern that, while those who know makes no architectural sense, to you it looks nice. And it does look nice. And then Suzoto just walks over there and like, I don't know if you've seen DBZ when they like use 2 knuckles to tap those machines during the tournament.
Yeah, that is exactly what I was thinking
Just
because
like...
I watched way too much DBZ.
You just walk over there, just do that like 2-knuckle tap, and the whole fucking wall just crumples. Actually, you do the tap and nothing happens, and then creak, snap, creak, and then next thing you know the wall tumbles, dust is everywhere. And even the illusory turtle Concussion's looking like shaking its head like, oh, somebody had to do it.
Well, it was a good attempt.
It was, but unfortunately, I'm sure it would have fallen sooner or later.
It only took 3 weeks of time, you know, of labor and work, and you know, in lieu of letting it fall down later after we'd gone, perhaps, or you know, just letting it fall on its own. I I appreciate you shoving it over and knocking it down.
Would you have preferred it if we had just come back and you realized that the same damage from before was just back?
I don't think I would have necessarily preferred it, but I don't know. Perhaps sometime during that 3 weeks, you could have mentioned it during the process that, hey, maybe do it this way or do it that way. Instead of waiting till the very end and then just shoving it over.
Unfortunately, I
Yeah.
don't know much about architecture other than if it doesn't look sturdy, it'll fall over.
Do you like to go by children when they're building little forts there on the ground and just kick them over? Is it fun
No.
for you?
No, but you aren't a child, are you?
Well, no, I'm not. I'm not.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
It's
there
just-
were maybe better ways to have done that.
we
Or
could
earlier in the process to have said something.
break it to you. You look like you were enjoying yourself so much.
And I'm pretty sure none of us are architects, Will. Nor are we stonemasons.
Right. Well, I mean, alternatively, I could have just sat around for 3 weeks and done nothing.
Practice makes perfect. Your next time will be better. But I would say that we don't put you in command of making the temples to Kylos when they start being constructed.
But you can certainly lead the prayers. You've done a wonderful job on that front.
Very true.
You make a better priest than an architect. Architect, whatever.
Right.
But it was a pretty pattern while it lasted.
You do have an eye for design. During the 3 weeks, could I have practiced on my lyre?
Sure, you already have proficiency in lyre, right?
Yeah.
Alright, do you want to practice on a new instrument, or do you just want to practice on your lyre?
I'd be trying to go for expertise, I think. If that's okay?
Oh, okay. I usually don't give out expertise, but I'm willing to let you learn your tools for this.
Oop! I just made a noise. That was great.
Learn new tools. Okay.
Yeah. Like I'm gonna give Will proficiency in Mason's tools now. That he learned so much from this endeavor that was so brutally and cruelly destroyed.
I have the drum, right?
Yeah.
So I can practice drums.
Hey, it wasn't cruel. It was a mercy.
Okay, give me a drum check, without proficiency because you're not proficient in it.
Okay, let me see if I can add.
You still get
One.
your bardic like half proficiency thing, but
Yeah, let's see. There it goes, updated. And half proficient with charisma.
yeah, charisma would work.
Okay.
Let's see if you
There are
manage to
so
beat of your
many-
drum.
Broken images on all of my abilities. That's crazy.
Oh, I just need to reset. If all your images are broken, that's happened to me. It's happened to Will too.
Oh, now they want me to log in. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, 17, not the best, but
I mean, you did run a natural 11, which is one away from greatness. Next campaign, natural 12 is the new 20. I'm just saying.
I hope so.
hell yeah.
All right, so you play your drum fairly well. Like, it's rough at first because you're just like kind of beating out like a basic like metronome rhythm. But over the weeks, you start to learn that the drums are just the backbone of most songs. They really kind of set the rhythm and the pace of everything, and you become rather good at it. Your natural gift with instruments really shining through, and you gain proficiency in drums.
That's awesome. Okay.
All right, so Soda, do you have a tool you would like to focus on? I'm sorry, continue, Soda Stream.
Just be playing along sometimes to Will's hammering.
Just all the natural sounds of the temple and the hammering suddenly getting like a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a
Tink,
little Blue Man
ba-ba-dum,
group.
tink, ba-ba-dum, tink,
Literally,
ba-ba-dum.
literally a Blue Man group with Will in there.
I'm honestly wondering if proficiency in fishing is a specific thing you can do in D&D.
It is.
All right, I'm gonna practice on that. I've got the flying fish rod. I got the ability to cook what I catch. I'm here for it. Let's go.
We're all gonna put on weight on this trip.
So much seafood.
I'm here for it. All the protein and omegas.
What do I roll?
Let's see. I don't think it's an official tool, but we're gonna make it one.
It should be.
Yeah, go and just make a straight intelligence check to see like how good your practice is.
Yo.
And there it is.
Yo.
That priest of
Yo.
Hylos.
All right. So with all the fish that are just kind of swarming around Concoction, fishing is fruitful and there is much of it. Like the second you throw in, even though it's a sky fishing rod and it's meant for like sky game, these fish are either just extra stupid or they're just coming onto your freaking hook like within seconds of it hitting the water.
Yo, eventually I probably just start fucking dipping my hand into the water and just pulling them out at this rate.
You're just like punching the fish and then pulling them out. After a while there, you catch like all the dumb fish, pretty much, or the ones that aren't used to strife, and they eventually grow wary as they realize that their friends are missing. And that's when your real skill comes into play, is you have to start using your cunning and tricks to catch fish, but you still do, even though it takes a little longer. And at the end of this, you have proficiency in fishing, which will aid you in also sky fishing as well.
Yes. Let's go. Hada.
Don't know if it's an official thing you can add, but you could just
It isn't, but I can
marker it in.
probably. Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out how to do, because you got to marker that in.
And then that finally brings us to Tolman, who has a plethora of things he no doubt wishes to do. How do you spend your downtime, Tolman?
Just going back and forth, I'd be reading the scroll of ancient sorcery, and then probably conversing with the Magna Libre as well, just trying to learn more about it.
Okay. So first, give me just a straight intelligence check.
Oh.
Okay.
Don't you have an ability score tome to read?
Technically, I already read that.
Oh, okay.
It takes 6 days of study to actually get the ability score increase.
Ah.
Yeah, so you would still need to read it.
Okay, well then I would add that to the things to do then.
All right, so go and, like I said, go and give me an intelligence check. See if we can pound that scroll out in a week. Takes at
Now we
least
just
5
need
days. Go on.
Now we just need like 99 more years and that book can be used again.
Yep.
Let me just
There
add
we go.
one and
I
then
fixed that.
change it. Oh, that's not gonna work.
Wow.
So it's gonna be that kind of session. Okay.
Let's go.
Whoosh.
I can
Let's
read all the
fucking
things
go.
so well.
Coleman's in the zone, man.
My
So
year and a half as a
clean.
librarian assistant, I can read
Focused.
everything. I'm the speed reading champion.
So this is gonna. So that's for the scroll. It only takes you 5 days as you begin to unlock the arcane puzzle that is this scroll, the scroll of ancient sorcery. Some of the concepts are weird, but you're able to wrap your mind around them in just a few days' time, and you eventually unwrap a new scroll that takes form from this mother skull, if you will. Now, once more, you can add this to your spell book, but you can use it as a normal spell. Once you do, it's consumed for forever. But you do gain the ancient spell Mirror Image.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
That's the wiki we're just going to use because that's the AD&D version of
Is
it.
that old mirror image that's like super?
It creates 1d4 plus 1 mirror copies of you. The plus 1 is for every 3 levels of experience you have, so in your case it would just be 1d4 plus 2, max 8. And they are actually going to be represented as additional Tolman tokens around you. And then if you ever use it, you're going to have to tell Silverstring or somebody to keep it honest which one's the real you, because I don't want to know. And I'm just going to attack them, and you're going to tell me if it's the real one or not. And if it's the fake one, it disappears. So it's just a better version of 5e's mirror image. Though there's no dice rolling. It's literally, it's all me choosing which one to attack, and then you being honest whether or not that's the real you or not.
Okay.
And then if I do hit the real you and you still have mirror images, you just kind of shuffle, and I'll look away, and then you just shuffle the real you in there because I'm not supposed to know.
That is very awesome.
Yeah.
So how long? Oh, this lasts for 3 rounds per level. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So is that per level of wizard?
It's for wizard level, yeah.
Okay. So that would be up to 21 rounds. Got it.
Yeah, we got to be weird because multi-classing was way different in second edition, so...
Yeah. Okay, so I need to pin that. For some reason I cannot pin that. That's alright, it's right there in game discussions. Okay,
I can pin it.
So... Thank you, sir.
Alright. So that is your Scroll of Ancient Sorcery use. And then after that, you begin studying the Tome of... essentially, you're going to select the Tome of Clear Thought, because it can mimic any one of the tomes.
Yeah.
And it's this mind-boggling, almost like a puzzle book that just teases your brain in strange ways, causes you to do, just to go down strands of logic that seem alien, like you would never think the way that this book wants you to think. And it's a bit of a chore, and it takes 6 days of study. But at the end of it, you feel as if you're smarter for it. You can almost like partition your mind in ways you couldn't before. You have officially surpassed the human maximum for intelligence. So I present to you Tolman Cross, potentially the smartest man alive. Kylos, help us all.
I think he is the smartest man alive. I believe in him.
I'm the smartest child alive, that's for sure.
I mean, yeah, for a half-elf you're 20, but for humans you're normal. Alright, you now have an intelligence of 22.
So, important question with that, because it makes a difference. Would the... No, I don't think it would. I answered my own question in my head. I was going to say, would the book and the ring, like, stack? Because, like, you know how certain spells are upcast 1 level from the book?
Oh, no, they don't stack. It's one of
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of figured, but because I thought about it, I was like, that doesn't make sense. Because I'm casting it from the ring, not the book, so...
Yeah, that would just get too weird. Alright, and what are you doing for your remaining 3 weeks? Do you have a tool you would like to attempt to learn?
Maybe Will can be the muscle and you can be the brains behind the construction or the restoration of the temple.
In sense of a temple, is there a skill for like writing documents, like calligraphy or something.
There's calligraphy
There's
tools, yeah.
forgery.
No, this is calligraphers.
Yeah, there's-
yes, yeah, for sure.
Calligraphy would probably be best for this if you're just writing and not trying to copy somebody else's work.
Because I figured, like, in that instance, if we wanted to make, like, you know, either books or handouts or any type of, like, pamphlets, general scrolls, anything of that nature, I think there's a good chance that Tolman would probably be writing a lot of them.
Good point.
Obviously, you can spread the word by word, but also
Through
by
song
paper. Yeah,
and by paper.
by pen and paper, or scroll and parchment. Plus, someone has to record all the great deeds we're going to do.
All right, so it's time to make some pamphlets. All right, give me an intelligence check as you spend weeks with your meager paper and ink supplies practicing calligraphy.
Aw.
Oh look, another natural 2. We've had 2 20s and 2 2s. I don't know what that
It's
says.
Quite literally hit or miss.
Yeah, I don't know what that says, but 2s are involved somewhere in this. It's like Kylos comes in 2s. I mean, you're still gonna learn it, but boy, your learning process is gonna be just as painful as Will's. As you're more used to reading tomes than you are writing them. And the first few days sort of pass, and then finally you're, like, at the end of this, you've added these beautiful flourishes. You're writing in this lovely, like, swoopy script. How does, when everybody else sort of kind of looks in over your shoulder and checks in on it, how does everybody react to the fact that it is the most unfucking readable thing you've ever witnessed? It's beautiful, unreadable.
What language is that supposed to be?
Common?
Same manner of. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
He has no words. He thought you were writing in a different language that he just didn't know.
Oh, is it too much?
It's unreadable.
Is this some sort of like ye old common? I'll take a pamphlet and like doodle over it.
Maybe I was too concerned with how it looked and stopped thinking about how easy it was to consume. I'll certainly try and dial it back.
Well, I know the medium is the message, but this is, yeah, perhaps too far.
But if you all can't read it, I can't imagine commoners would be able to.
Hmm.
Or at least they would certainly struggle to.
Perhaps you can communicate better with pictures, like drawings.
Like even Concussion chimes in. Yes, you might want to use more pretty pictures. You can't guarantee that they'll read.
Or be
Okay.
able to.
Also, Will said exactly what I was thinking.
So learn to draw and just put captions. Understood. Thank you.
And there's a reason why stained glass windows are so popular.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so the weeks pass in a mix of relaxation and study, be it calligraphy, masonry, drumming, or fishing. Some of these studies are more fruitful than others, but these 5 long weeks of, well, you're eating well, you're resting. Whether or not you start to be a little rounder is up to you, but eventually, as you go further and further north, everything starts to become colder and colder. Radiance seems more distant. The light of the altar does more and more to illuminate than eventually even Radiance does. and you find yourself in the twilight areas of the world. A place where some, if any of you, have ever ventured. The stars twinkle brightly in the sky, where in Radiance you can barely see them now. They burn. And in the distance, wreathed in motes of blue light, you see a great tree. It reaches up into the heavens for miles. Its canopy cascading from its trunk in waves. The first canopy is about a mile or so up, but the trunk continues after that, and every mile or 1.6 kilometers or so, another canopy balloons just rushes out, each one becoming wider and wider until the topmost canopy is enough to cast the entire area in shadows. It is nearly unfathomable how large this canopy is. Looking at the sky, eventually the stars fade, and you see only the gentle waving of distant leaves, from which the sun, or Radiance in this case, barely shines through. It's at this point that Concussion will summon you all to his altar. The illusory turtle that hovers above it, wreathed in those glowing butterflies. We have almost arrived. And in these weeks I have gathered some information. Are you prepared?
Well, what do you all say?
Prepared as we'll ever be?
Yeah,
Aye.
about as ready as we'll ever be.
Trust your judgment, yeah.
The undead in Raksha, as we feared, are rather rampant. If you're unfamiliar with Raksha, they are fair folk, but they are far more chaos than traditional fair folk. They are the
Yeah.
horrors beyond the world. The manifestation of concepts both alien and far too human. And I
That's very
presume
strange.
they are.
Sure.
Silverstring, go and give me a what check would this be? Go ahead and give me a one of the knowledge checks, but I'll leave it up to you. It could be history, or it could be like Arcana.
Are they magical?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
yes and no. It's weird.
I'll throw down Arcana.
Can I help him at all or no?
He's already going to have advantage from his dealings
Oh, okay.
with a certain demon.
And Yalke. 16.
So you would know, like, once you put your mind to it and start piecing things together, that the golden mirror that your Anyalke friend,
Ooh.
Izzy, or
Iggy.
Iggy, yeah, sorry,
Stardust.
Wrong.
Yeah.
it's not
Ziggy.
it's not Iggy Pop, it's the other one.
Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah, it's Ziggy. But yes, the golden mirror that Ziggy is very much that stole her face is probably a Raksha.
Ah, okay.
And it is a being that's both fey and also a literal golden mirror that steals faces.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they're weird. They're strange. Even more so
Strange
than
things.
what we would consider normal fair folk in D&D terms.
Ah. So I have a predisposition to disliking these things, but I suppose I should keep an open mind, or is it best to just dispose of them?
Are you asking concussion?
Yeah.
How you deal with them is up to you. But each one is different. These are not the Eladrin of the seasons, where there may be dozens, if not hundreds. Every Raksha is wholly unique in what they represent.
Ah. Have you heard of the one, the golden... It was the Golden Mirror, right? That was the name of it?
It's the Golden Mirror, yeah.
Yeah. You've heard of such a being?
I don't know. Let me see. The DM rolls dice sometimes. Concussion ponders for a moment. I have heard stories of the Golden Mirror. It takes the form of a golden pool, from which it can extend reflections. It is my understanding that the reflections are faces it has stolen. And it can take the forms of any face it has stolen.
Yes. We encountered a being with no face, and befriended it, actually, and, I'm wondering if there's any way to get the faces back to their rightful owners.
I do not know. I have heard only distant stories of the Golden Mirror. I have never heard anyone of getting their face back. Though if your friend is truly a victim of this creature, well, perhaps you should pray for them.
Oh, maybe it'll be one of Kylos's great works. The freeing of faces.
It could be. It could be. The tasks we set ourselves are seldom done. It's so easy to find new ones, is it not? Focus on the now, I would suggest.
Fair enough. It's not my quest. It would be nice to assist, though. They were very pleasant.
So it would seem. The locals have protected themselves from the dead in the Raksha. There is a village built into Gair the Younger. Tangled within its roots, you will find the dwellings of many peoples. And the Sindar lurk amongst its canopies. They are the druids that keep it. Seems this place is ruled by them. As for Kolsk itself, it has surrounded itself in a wall of brambles that protect it from the outside world. And between Gair the Younger, the fortress of Creed, Kolsk, and Gair the Elder, they have built a holy road, infused with magic of the divine shadow, so that none but the living may tread upon it. That is how they get around, it seems. But any who venture off this road are subject to that which wanders the wilds. If you wish to know more, or have any other questions, my contact at Gair the Younger is Cinderheart. A young, well, for Fae they are young, but you will find them there. Would you like to know more?
Just the way you phrased that made me think of Starship Troopers. I was like, oh boy. So we get there to Kolsk and we find the contact. Talk to the contact.
Contacts that guy you're the younger, which is why he's
Yeah.
dropping you off. Yeah.
Right.
So we get off the turtle, talk to the tree, and we're set.
Are you entirely sure we're not still suffering under that elixir?
You might
Right.
be. The dream serum has been known to have many effects.
You don't look like your soul. I certainly don't look like my soul. Half soul. I don't know.
I don't know, parts of you seem to be missing from my view. I'm kidding.
What do you mean by that?
You could still look like your soul, and we couldn't, and we might not even know it.
Hmm.
You don't. I'm joking.
You just like double knuckle punch his whole being right there.
Right? Just ugh.
Shook.
Everyone has a darkness to them. Yours is just more easily seen. Trying to be comforting, probably not succeeding.
It's kind of like, yay, trauma.
Just know that the darkness doesn't make you who you are.
I've been, well, running and fighting that my whole lives.
One last thing before you go. It seems that the dead serve a lord in the Nightlands. The shadows beneath the mountains where Gair the Elder resides. Should you wish to travel there, know that it is ruled by a Lord of Death. It has no name, but it is known only as the Eye of Seven Despairs. It seems your darkness has a challenger, Silverstring.
Oh, that'd be quite all right for it to take over. I don't need to challenge the darkness. Well, not mano y mano, as it were.
Just be wary if you wish to visit the old tree, for it is in this creature's domain.
7 despairs sounds like 7 too many. Rather not despair any more than we already are.
One thing you will learn about the dead is they tend to sacrifice their names. This one has chosen a title that seems a little much, if you ask this old turtle.
I would tend to agree. Bit of an ego, maybe. How do the dead have an ego?
Some do. They are shadows of their former selves. And some
Yes.
delve too deeply into their new names. I'll give it to Tolman, because Tolman has all the fucking intelligence and a book that would give him advantage. The dead generally sacrifice their names because they can be summoned with their old ones. If you know how to do it.
Like, I'm not gonna come to you. You're just gonna have to learn my new name.
It's not
Good
that.
luck with that.
It's not that. It's like if I stop going by my old name, hopefully it'll be forgotten because it could still be used. Like if everybody knows your true name, as it were, it could still be used to summon you. But if I'm going by I have 7 despairs, everybody's going to forget my old name and nobody's going to summon me anymore.
Oh, that's true.
His old name was like Trevor.
Wow, way to attack Tolman like that.
Your government name.
Wait, is Tolman's real name Trevor?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's gonna be some out of character animosity
Sorry,
now.
buddy.
Let's go.
All good.
During the combat, I'm just going to hand Tolman the enemy sheet and be like, all right, do your worst.
Who's Trevor
oh, look,
now?
3 crits in a row.
Like, what's all these nat 20s? All right. We are coming upon Gair the Younger. We will be there in a few hours. I will teach you a ritual to return to me. It will take some time, but it will transport you back here into my sanctum. Wherever I am, as long as it's on this plane.
All right, Tolman, prepare to learn a new spell.
And yeah, he proceeds to teach you a ritual, Tolman. It is a spell. It doesn't require a spell slot. However, it does require 24 hours to prepare. It's an entire day-long ritual.
Whee.
And it is simply called Turtle Home.
Turtle recall.
Yeah, Turtle Recall. But
Oh, that was too good.
I love it.
He teed that one up. I had to.
yeah. All right, fuck it. It's called Turtle Recall now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Turtle Recall is a 24-hour ritual that requires you to basically be stationary. But as long as Concoction the Living Temple is in this plane of existence, it will return you.
And the entire time I have to click my heels and go, there's no shell like home. There's no shell like home.
God.
But only if you have the ruby slippers.
I've got 2 rubies. No, I'm just kidding.
Alright. Use this to return to me when you need. It is not a quick spell. But should you find success and wish to return, or simply no longer wish to endure the north, feel free to return. Though you may be wise to send me a message before so that you do not find me deep beneath the waves. Some of you may not be affected, but others might.
Well,
Yeah, that'd be
finally
quite
drowns us all.
Yep.
We don't want to catch him in the shower.
And it brings Tolman's intelligence modifier of people along with. So basically the party plus 2.
Woo.
Nice.
They have to be willing though.
Maybe we'll find some companions along the way.
Some apostles.
Oh,
Exactly.
no. Our companions tend not to fare very well. At least so far.
Should I be worried?
Well, I mean, you saw what happened to Ribbit.
Poor Ribbit.
And all of Brindlewood.
And some of Maddie's children.
I don't think you saw that one, actually.
And the cat.
Maybe I should be worried.
To be fair, I did forget about the cat.
Poor Kalain. He'll never reclaim his throne.
Claim.
Kalain the Tressum. All right, he says. In the distance, you're coming closer and closer to this tree. You can see the tangled roots rising as tall as buildings, only to like come back down to the earth. And everywhere there are these lovely glowing blue motes, as if magic itself is radiating into and out of the tree, as if it's breathing. I will set you down in the roots. You should be safe from the dead. But find your way to the base of the tree, and there you will find the village, named, well, Gair. They're very creative, these people. I wish you all the luck with your work. And should you ever need guidance or a helping hand, you can count on me. I only ask you do not put me in a situation where I must break my oaths.
You mentioned oaths as plural. I know about the one for violence, but are there others?
There are.
We might want to know about those so that we know not to put you in those situations.
My oath of pacifism. Well, that one is unbreakable. My other oaths. Well, they are more complicated than that.
Are you a vegan turtle?
I have oaths to protect peace, innocence. I have oaths of patience.
I imagine we're trying that patience one.
I have dealt with far worse than you. But in all things I wish to keep my heart and my mind clear. I wish to aid the wicked to the path of righteousness, and to protect the innocent. And while I have sworn oaths of pacifism, violence is a weapon for me, but only as a last resort. Will, you're a paladin.
Yes.
You recognize these as the tenets of redemption. My boy is a redemption paladin, or at least has the oaths of one.
Right. All right. Well, it's admirable.
We all yearn to be more than what we are now. Otherwise, why continue living?
Why, indeed.
We're almost there. If you have any last questions, now is the time.
So, are you a vegetarian or a pescatarian or...
We're asking dietary questions.
I haven't eaten anything in 1,000 years.
Oh.
I no
Oh,
longer need physical sustenance.
But like, what about taste?
Yeah, I
Saz can
couldn't
cook you up
imagine.
something real nice.
I couldn't imagine going 1,000 years without tasty food.
If you had not noticed, I was once a turtle dragon, or a sea dragon as they call us. I consumed much.
Oh, I've fed dragons before. I imagine I could have made you something.
Perhaps. But you know of dragons and their predispositions for greed, do you not?
I do.
I was consumed by my greed and my gluttony in my youth. I devoured many things. And when my greed caused me to lose that most precious to me, I swore it off entirely. We eat to live. I do not wish to live to eat as I once did. While your food may be tasty and well prepared, I do not risk the reignition of my desire for more. I live an austere lifestyle now.
I can understand that.
That makes my heart glad. Oh, look, we're here, he says, as if to cut off any further questioning. And though you look away, you're still like a ways away from the roots. But it's clear, like, oh, we're here. Yeah, definitely don't ask any more questions after I just asked you to ask questions.
Wait, hold on. Before we get off, I have to know. No, I don't. I'm joking again.
Oh, I just really have to concentrate. There's so many dangers in the sea. His head goes under the water, and even you see the illusory like version of the turtle just kind of like start sleeping.
With one eye open.
Like literally like one eye open.
Wonder what kind of music Concussion likes.
I do too. I guess we'll never know.
Head pops up. I like jazz. And goes back down.
Oh, no more questions, but I'll answer that one.
Yeah. All right.
And
Who
the
wants to try their
minutes,
hand at jazz?
the minutes drift by in the darkness of this new Twilight land you're in. Similar enough to the astral sea. You can still see, but it's not as clear as it was in the light of Radiance. Silverstring tries their hand at jazz, but having never heard it before, attempts a chaotic mess where he's trying to play the drums while also fingering his lyre, and it is just a terrible concoction.
Have any of us heard jazz before?
I mean, jazz, when he said it, was meant to be this strange, like, I wonder what that is. But you've probably you've probably heard touches of it before, I'm sure. But this is a world without a saxophone, so...
I like to think I nailed it.
Much like the tool training earlier, you nailed it in your own mind, much like Will nailed it in his. But ultimately, to everyone else, it is a painful experience.
Oh,
Would you look at that?
Like actual jazz.
Oh, would you look at that? I have to go check my crab pots.
You go to check your crab pots.
He doesn't have crab pots. He's just getting away from the noise.
You go to check your crab pots. They're not there, but there's a crab who's like lifting its crab claws up to where its ears should be, as if it's in sympathy of you.
I'm going to push him back into the water and say, "Run while you can," even though I don't think he understands me.
You push it in the water and it sinks away. It looks up at you right before it fades into the darkness, and you can almost see a happy little crab smile. It is freed from this hellish burden, this hellish world it's found itself in.
He grows up to start a YouTube channel.
What?
Crit
Is that a
crab.
reference to something?
That was a crit crab joke.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Oh, man. And soon, Concussion pulls up to the great roots, these great twisted, gnarled things. Ancient, yet new. Follow the roots, and you will find the village. Good luck. And may Kylos guide your steps.
Thank you. Be safe.
Yes. Thank you for the ride and the aid.
Safety
Aye.
and the guidance. Yeah.
You are welcome. We are all in this together now. For good or for ill.
Some are in dinghies and some are in giant dragon turtles.
Call upon
Some of
you
us are
should
just
you...
in the water.
Good luck, he says, before disappearing underneath the waves. The last of the spires, the bell tower, the last thing to disappear before it sinks and Concussion is gone from your view, leaving you in the twilight lands at the foot of this great tree, following its roots to a nearby village where you will begin your journey of growing this religion you found yourselves at the head of. I feel like this is a good time to take a little bit of a break so we can all recharge and return. And about 7 minutes, I guess.
I am debating a cup of mead, so
Oh, I want some.
The answer is yes.
the answer is yes.
We shall return a little happier and a little drunker, perhaps.
There it is. Let's go. Get some brambleberry twist. We're so back.
Welcome back.
Me too.
Welcome back.
Hello.
Poor Kenny G. He didn't deserve that heat. My cats are so mad at me right now.
I went to Goodwill earlier to grab something, see if they had something there. My cat got mad at me for being gone for like 45 minutes.
Oh, I've had to close mine out of my room because I'm having real bad allergy attacks right now, and I'm allergic to cats.
Oh.
So I'm like,
Aw.
okay, you're gonna have to leave me alone for like. It's usually like a couple of days where I just won't let them in my room, and they get so mad at me. And then the second the second they're welcome back in, like they just won't leave. Like they won't. They have to cuddle because they're very cuddly. So they'll just cuddle me for like days, which sometimes exacerbates the allergies. But it's like, okay, I'll deal with it because I understand.
Like, Father, you have denied us for days. Father.
But I went out to the kitchen, and one was on the refrigerator like bapping at my head, and the other one was just glaring at me, like soon.
Why do you hide from us, Father?
My cat has discovered that if I am laying in bed and I have not yet gotten out of bed, that he can come over and bap my head, and I will say hi to him.
So high on demand.
Yeah.
Oh man, one of my cats, my little girl, she'll sleep on my side. I'm a side sleeper, so she'll curl up and sleep on me, which is sometimes the most uncomfortable thing ever. And then my little boy likes to curl up next to my chin and then like do that kneading thing on my beard.
Aww.
And then he'll stick his nose next to mine. So like sometimes he'll try to stick his nose up mine. It's weird, and that's usually how I sleep. It's just surrounded by cats.
With, a paw up your nose, it's fine.
Yeah. Or just claws like digging at my lips. It's like,
No.
that's fun to wake up to.
Like children, no.
It's like, I understand where you're coming from, but also that's a primal thing of claws on flesh that like just immediately wakes you up.
Father, we demand attention, so we're going to just claw at your face, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm doing it out of love. It's like, okay, but what if you didn't?
What if you learned our love language instead of the other way around, huh, cat?
You ever think of that? But I can't
No.
like move him because he'll get mad at me if I move him. Then he won't want to like lay with me anymore. And I do kind of like him there because it's cute and it's comforting. Sometimes I'll have to be like, all right, let's just move the claws.
If Percy is cuddling and his claws are on you, you have to let his claws be there, or he will put them back and be mad at you.
Same, yeah. Cat's like, what, you don't like my claws? It's like, no. It's okay, my arms are covered in scrapes because of my cats. I don't know if I've told you, but my little girl does this thing where from like 2 rooms away, she'll just like full on sprint. And then she'll jump from the floor to the armrest of my computer chair onto the back of my computer chair because she kind of wants to drape herself around my neck. But if my arm is in the way, then that's just a casualty of the cuteness because, yeah, like I said, I got claw marks on my arm, like all up my arm from her doing that. Especially because she's a klutz and sometimes she'll fall. Like she won't get a good picture. And you know, when cats fall, they just grab everything with their claws, and sometimes that everything is my arm.
Oh, baby.
Yeah, she's a bit of a klutz.
Percy is not a klutz. He's just an asshole.
Oh, I got lucky.
His favorite is he will jump on my desk whenever he sees an opening, and he wants to be on my desk. And then when I try to put him down, he will cling to my shoulder instead and ask to be cuddled. Because if he can't be on my desk, he wants to cuddle. So I will cuddle him until he gets tired of it. But unfortunately, when he gets tired of it, he gets mad at you for not knowing he's tired of it. So.
I sadly can't let him on my desk, because the only time they've ever been on my desk, like when I first kind of opened up my room to him, they kind of like caused about $700 worth of electronics damage. So now they're not allowed on my desk anymore.
I've only caught Percy on top of my PC tower once. And he almost killed Goku to get up there.
Let's see, yeah, they did that cat thing where they spilt water on a very expensive keyboard, and they clawed up a very expensive monitor.
Oof.
So it's like, kitties. No more desk. So now it's the water bottle and the get down.
Yeah.
It's like, don't you dare.
In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have had Goku so close to my monitor. But
The best place for Goku to be until cats are involved.
yep.
The cat's power level's over 9,000.
Yep. It's Battle of Gods, and I guess my cat is Beerus.
It's the destroyer god Percy.
Yeah, exactly. He might as well be.
How does he look more like Beerus or Beerus's fat brother?
I'm going to say Beerus' fat brother.
Oh, that's a chunky boy.
Only he's not. He looks chunkier than he is. The last time we took him to the vet, he was only about half a pound overweight, and that's only because previously he had been kind of on quote bed rest / not doing much because he was on seizure medication for a little bit because he breathed in a thing he shouldn't have breathed in because we didn't know it was bad for cats.
Oh no, what was
But
it?
it was like the citrus spray that my significant other bought.
Okay.
And we don't use it anymore. But he had to be on seizure medication for a bit in case it was, he had epilepsy instead, which we got to wean him off of it eventually because they were like, yeah, no, he's fine. But you're going to have to wean him off, though, because he could actually have seizures if we just stopped in cold turkey. But, yeah, no, he was kind of lazier than usual because of it, because he didn't really want to do much because he hated it. So he got a little bit of weight. And so they're like, he's like half a pound overweight, and we're like, you're fat.
But you're a chunky
He's
boy
not
now.
fat. Yeah. He's actually really cute. He looks silly. My friend has mentioned that he has really short legs for a cat. Like, for the type of cat he is. He doesn't, but also he does. He's looking at me. He knows I'm talking about him.
He's like, how dare you?
He's like, are you telling people personal shit about me? I should come and push your meat off your desk. Don't you do that. He doesn't care.
Talking shit and I'm gonna hit you in your sleep.
He will do that anyway.
What are we waiting on? Is everybody back? I think we're Will and Silverstring.
What about it?
Oh, you guys are back?
Yeah, we've been back for a while.
I never heard you guys say you come back, so I was just like, I guess we're waiting. Da, da, da.
My bad.
No, you're good, you're good. good.
Oh,
Ooh, snazzy. And I like that it's all dark visiony
mm-hmm.
because it's a Twilight Land.
It's not supposed to be dark visioning. That might just be a glitch.
I can say though, looking at the grayscale, I'm very proud of Sizota's color choices because they pop so well in grayscale.
It's supposed to be grayscale. It's supposed to be dark.
Yep.
It's supposed to be dimly blue.
There you go.
But it's pretty close. It's close enough.
Now,
That's
There we
really,
go.
both of them look really good, honestly.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Alright, so you land upon the routes and you know that the villages is nearby. I presume you're just going to follow the routes as you were instructed, but if you wish to go off, you're certainly able to. And following those routes eventually leads you to a village built into and within the roots of this great miles-tall tree. Underneath that massive canopy, you can only really see the first of the canopies, the smallest of them. The other ones being so large, they look more like clouds at this distance than actual leaves. And everywhere, coming into and out of the bark and rising up and to be absorbed by the leaves, is these bright blue motes of energy that flash gently as they pass back into the tree. The still water mirrors the blue of the magic. And everywhere there are these nice, cozy little cottages. And the occasional wrapping of roots that leads to tunnels where you can see other dwellings as well. People look to you as you pass. People here are mostly a mix of very heavily layered, like halflings are very common, but so are animal peoples that are just everywhere in this world. Mostly snow rabbits, a few foxkin, and other such animal peoples as well. Snowy owls. But other than that, it's mostly halfling dominated. But you do occasionally see a strange creature like an eldrin, or even an elf. And people look at you strangely, because out of everyone here, you are dressed the least fit for winter. It is cold here. While the tree protects the floor, the ground, as it were, from snow, your breath does fog. It is not comfortable. And you see flickering light from burning wood and other sources coming from every window. And farther up on the tree trunks, that can be accessed through twisted roots that have been shaped like stairs. You see other dwellings carved into or made part of the trunk itself. Several burrows are here and there, each one with stained glass windows. And it is a lovely, quiet place, seemingly removed from the horrors that you know lay nearby in these Twilight Lands, or at least were told lay nearby in these Twilight Lands. Eventually, a little rabbit man approaches you, dressed loosely in leather armor and wielding a club and a shield, neither of which are equipped. They're just kind of resting on its back. Oh, hi there. Hello. Are you strangers here? I've never seen you before, and no offense, you're dressed a little strange. No furs?
Imagine Sizota's suffering right now.
Yeah, just the worst. Ah, and that one there looks like she's gonna eat me, or he's gonna eat me. What are you? Are you a snake?
Yes, Yanti.
Auntie, oh, you're you're from like the south. Who are the rest of you from the south too?
I don't know exactly, but yeah, I think so. Most of us.
Ah, have you come with the caravans? The caravans
Yes,
just
from-
left. Why would they be here again?
Very far south.
The caravans.
Oh yes, the black caravans. They come every year. They collect the dead. Usually come from Creed. You're not from Creed, are you? You don't have the accent for Creedman.
No, no.
No, not from Creed. Did you say the caravans were here?
Oh yes, they come every year, but they were here about a week ago. They came and they
Oh.
collected our dead, and then they went back to Creed and beyond.
Right. And how often do they come?
Not every year, yeah.
Every year.
But they travel everywhere every year. I thought it was everywhere. I didn't think it was just us.
Oh, they go everywhere.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's sadly you missed our New Year celebrations. We had a whole festival for them like we do every year, but everything sort of just died down. But hey, it's always good to welcome strangers. I'm afraid that we don't have a lot of lodgings here. There's been a little bit of an incident, and the upper canopy is off limits unless you're with the Sindar. You don't look like Sindar, so Sindar would be the druids you were told that kind of rule the area.
What happened up in the upper canopy?
Well, we don't know. The Sindar closed it off, and they're up there investigating something. But unfortunately, everyone who lived in the upper canopies, they had to come down to the roots with the rest of us. And they're not happy about it. They've mostly filled the inns and the taverns. But you might still be able to get a few places.
Maybe we can help.
Maybe, but that's not up to me. Are you looking for accommodations, or are you just passing through?
Well,
I think we're looking for a place to stay.
it'd be very
And-
nice.
What was the contact's name again? I'm sorry.
Cinderheart.
Cinderheart, yeah.
Ah, yes, and we're also looking for Cinderheart.
Cinderheart. Cinderheart. I don't know a Cinderheart. Huh. Kind of thinks for a little bit. The name's familiar, but we have a Cinder Shade. Is that the one? Similar.
Maybe if nothing else can lead us in the right direction.
How about I send you a Cinder Shade, and maybe she can point the way.
Okay.
Doesn't hurt to try.
Alright, well, go ahead and roll a D100 for your goopiness. How
Ah,
goopy are you?
yes.
How goopy are you today?
Oh no.
Let's get
Very
some good
goopy.
goop. Change out my
86.
That's a lot of goop.
Which
good
one
goop,
is that?
bad goop, worst goop.
Some kind
Cut.
of goop.
So I
Cut
don't
the
think I don't think it's one of the really bad ones. Usually the higher
Oh.
the better.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm checking. Did you find which one it was, Will?
Oh no, I'm not sure where the link is to the chart
Alright.
anymore.
I'm scrolling down. 86, you said. 86 is... Oh, it's a good one. You become immune to the grappled and restrained conditions.
Oh, there you go.
You're
Immune
extra
to
goopy.
what?
Grappled and
Whoa.
restrained.
Nice.
He's covered in blue butter.
It's rare that there's a good one.
He's greasy.
They're
He's
usually
a
just
slippery little
varying.
fella.
They're usually varying shades of bad.
Alright.
But hey,
But so the Cinder Shade, I can point you to them. But if you're looking for accommodations, there's the Fat Walrus. It's a inn down here in the roots. It's by the water. It's ran by Walton, the Fat Walrus in question. He's a walrusman. Thick mustache, can't miss him. I think most of his rooms are taken though, but you might be able to you might be able to get a place. And of course, there's another place as well. Everywhere else is in the canopy, but the other place down here in the roots is the Burrow and Briar. He points up to one of the burrows with the stained glass windows. That's the Burrow and Briar right there. It's a tavern. It's actually ran by Cindershade, the person I'm going to point you to, and they may be able to help you. It's a great place to visit, but most people don't go there. It's a bit
Is
strange.
there a reason?
It's just strange. It's weird. Well, it's ran by a Fey woman. You understand, Cindershade, and they tend to ask for strange things for payment for room and board and their drinks. Most people pay it, but some people are just a little bit put off. Rather pay coin, and that's why they go to the Walrus.
Right. Right.
Also, if you need to visit, if you need a Lightbringer for any reason, the Lightbringer's Guild is also in another borough. It's a little bit farther up, but you'll be able to get to it. And yeah, if you need to buy anything, there's a shop in town as well. It's called the Twilight Herald. He's kind of just like giving you like the new person's welcomes. Like, here's where the shops are. Here's where the Lightbringers Guild is. Here's where so and so is. And kind of just runs you down through the place.
And what exactly is the Lightbringers Guild?
Oh, that's what that's what the Lightbringers are. It's the Twilight Lands, you see, and they bring light to it. They are a motley collection. Usually, they're mercenary services. They protect people when they're on the holy roads, and if you need to go off the road for other reasons, they hire their people out to sort of lead the way and protect you from monsters.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, it is.
Charge a hefty price for that, do they?
Well, they are mercenaries. I presume that they charge something. I've never had to hire them myself, but yeah, they definitely charge.
Hey. Yes. Well, we are looking for a place to stay and likely work as well.
Oh, excellent. Well, you know where everything's at. If you need to get to the one right, you take the stairs. The routes here, you can see how they're shaped like stairs. They unfold, and it might look like you're about to step on into the air, but like the tree will catch you. You sort of have to trust it. It's weird to outsiders, but for us, we've grown up with it. But yeah, you just walk up the tree, and the tree will guide you to where you need to go.
Trust the tree.
How magical.
Interesting. You see Tolman starting to take notes.
Not to be a nag, but I think the first place we should hit up is the shops, if just for warmer clothes. I'm from a tropical locale. This is hell.
Right. Yeah, we could do that.
Little snow rabbit guardsman's ears twitch. I don't know what tropical is, but you do look like you're suffering. Your scales are turning blue, and I think they were green when you got here.
Oh, well, some of them are blue. It's a recent
so that's
thing.
normal.
Yes. Oh, well, except this one. This seems like it's got ice building up on it, actually. Oh, that's not good.
Didn't know you were a chameleon, Saz.
The blue scales are new, actually. After I ate the fruit, I kind of...
Yes, that's true. We did see those.
Do we have any money? That's a good question.
Very little, actually, after
I have
waking up.
11 platinum for some reason, or is that supposed to be the silver I have?
Well, there are 2 items of potential value that I don't think we got value on. There is a sack of diamonds and a sack of gems that I think we got from the
From the cache, you're right.
Yeah.
I think that's supposed to be silver, not platinum. This is silver.
You do have a small bag of diamonds, which I don't know if I gave you the GP value of those or not, but I'm gonna just say you need to get them appraised because why not? And then you have a larger bag of emeralds and pearls.
Okay. So
We could probably use those for trade too.
Cool.
With that, the little rabbit gives you a bow, sort of puts his hands together, and just kind of bows. Well, if you need anything, you can just ask one of the local guardsmen here. We're sure to answer any questions. And if you need, if you need a more protection, the Lightbringers Guild is happy to take it. Just tell them Raven sent you.
All right, will do.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Enjoy your stay. You might want to go to the Twilight Horde, though. I think the Yuan-Ti man is about to die.
We'll certainly get him something warmer.
Right, we
Oh.
should. Yeah.
So he drops dead.
Immediately
No.
begins dying.
I have the dying condition now. That's nice. No, I don't.
Right, well, let's get moving then. To the shops, yes?
To the shops.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
You begin weaving your way through the roots. The one thing you do notice is every single part of this village has been woven from the stuff of the tree. The houses look normal, but they are grown and shaped lattices of wood that over time have sealed itself into this sort of insulated tree. Like, just everything's made out of woven roots. Everything's made from Coyote the Younger. Even the shingles and the roofs, it's all one living thing. And everything is sort of being swarmed or surrounded by those magical motes that are everywhere here. Everything smells of fresh flowers, pollen, and just the lovely scent of the nearby waters. The Twilight Horde is the largest building. It dominates one of the major routes that has been wrapped around almost like a coiling snake. No pun at Zoda intended. But it coils around almost into a cylinder. And from that cylinder, just dozens of brightly colored flowers are blooming and pulsing and releasing both magical motes and sweet-smelling dust into the air. A part in those roots reveals a heavy, just curtain of fur, which is used as a door here. But it does little to actually block the noise and the light coming from inside. And written upon the roots in 3 different languages: Common, Giant for those of you who have it, or a sort of Dwarven-like alphabet if you don't, and Draconic is the Twilight Horde.
Well, this is certainly the place.
Right.
Interesting that they have giant here.
Oh, is that what that is?
Oh, yes.
I'm sure they see all types.
Imagine there's an assortment, yeah?
So we should be aware of. This is a fey creature. It takes payment in different ways.
Right. That's kind of an odd thing to say. Other than coin.
Didn't
Oh,
Concussion say that his contact was a fae?
It did?
I went Cinder Heart and Cinder Shade. It's pretty close. Maybe they're related, or different pseudonyms.
I think Cinder Shade's our
Ooh.
best bet.
Well, as soon as we get you some warmer attire, we can head that way.
I can always try to, play for our supper, as it were.
Will dig in his pouch here for coins. Oh, I also have platinum coins. 11 of them.
Yeah, no, I thought I was mistaking like the platinum for silver, and I put it in the wrong slot.
Nope, 11 platinum, 8 gold, 1 silver, or 1 electrum, I guess it is, and then 3 silver.
Yeah, I
I don't
just
have
have 11 platinum and 1 gold. I just thought it was silver though.
Why do I have an electrum coin too? What the?
Who uses that?
Bro, I'm the DM and I
Dwarves.
don't even remember how you got that, so just be at it.
Maybe we. Oh, you know what? I guess when I plutonium import things, it charges me for them.
Maybe.
So I've like, I think because I brought something in, it must have charged me for it.
Oh, interesting.
I do have some coin.
You can
So
see what's available.
yeah. So we can get you for clothes.
If nothing else, I'm sure we can work it off.
Alright, so you going in?
Yeah.
Alright, you part the fur curtains, and you enter the light of the Twilight Horde. It is a massive circular and like tower, essentially, made of these roots, and inside you just see brightly colored flowers of just every color imaginable, every shade of blue, even the creepy blue of the actual blue is represented here. And it's just everywhere there's butterflies and brightly colored insects singing their own songs. This wonderful nature-based cacophony just assaults you from every corner, but everything dies down as the horde realizes there are customers. All the insects go a little quieter. The moths and the butterflies cease beating their wings. And the most dominant thing besides these flowers is crystals are hanging from the ceiling way above at various levels. Beautiful amethysts, each glowing and pulsing with an inner light. Each one making sounds as a breeze from the door opening makes them move slightly, almost like wind chimes. And everywhere on the floor of this place are just piles of items, all categorized in a way that probably makes sense for the owner, but certainly doesn't for you. Mundane items are locked next to clearly magical components, and vice versa. Spices and cooking utensils just lay near just implements of butchery, such as like swords and weapons. And while most of it is mundane, there's quite a bit that is certainly not. And a voice, you don't see a figure, but a voice does reach you. Ah, welcome to the Twilight Horde. We have customers. What can I get for you? What do you want? Give me a perception check if you would like to know who's speaking.
Yes, I would. That was very whimsical.
The voice seems to be emanating from the crystals hanging in the air, because they pulse with the voice.
Oh, fascinating.
Hey, Silverstring, you're halfway to 12.
Almost there.
We're halfway there. Oh.
Oh.
Trying to get some
living in a
prayers.
prayer.
What can the Twilight Horde do for you? We have all sorts of implements. You look like seasoned lightbringers. Surely you need something to poke something with?
We are far from being the light bringers that you're familiar with.
Oh, then what are you? Where do you come from?
Well, much further south, that's for sure.
Much, much further south.
Ah, south. Oh, I love the idea of south. It always brings currents of warmth and possibilities. What brings you north? Do you like the cold?
Those
Far from it,
possibilities.
actually.
Well, we've heard amazing stories of the tree, and had to see it for ourselves.
Oh, I love stories. Perhaps you'll share one with me in time. But I wouldn't dare ask you a story for free. No, no, no. I have manners. What can I get you today, my friends? From the south.
Warm clothing. Our friend here is about to
Freezing to
freeze.
death. Mm-hmm.
I am very cold-blooded and from a very hot climate.
Oh, yes, you reek of the south, they say. All right, I'll bring you the finest furs I have. And you notice, like, several of these large moths pry themselves from these brightly colored flowers, and they begin picking up bits of fur and warm clothing and bringing them and hanging them on your shoulders. Oh, do you have a design in mind, or should I just go wild with something?
Just something that won't impede my movement. I'm more inclined to use my hands than most, so being able to move and fast is a must.
Oh, excellent, excellent. Do you prefer tight or loose-fitting wear?
Loose.
All right, and you have a color in mind? I have white, various natural grays, browns, and a few blacks.
Browns, I suppose.
Ah, browns from the local bear population. They sacrifice much for their fur, but it's mine now. And soon to be yours.
That's wonderful.
Yes, their life, though ended, now gives life to your sense of fashion. Such is the way of things. You begin as like one moth begins to like reach down and grab like a sharp set of shears, and there's just like a tornado of moths as they're draping furs on you, cutting it to size, stitching it up with bits of leather, and essentially making garments for you on the fly. The rest, what?
Quite literally.
Yeah, literally. What do the rest of you demand? Something similar? Something wildly different? Dealer's choice.
I'm inclined to go with dealer's choice on this one. I want to see what you can come up with. You seem very, very skilled.
Oh, I.
Just a few minutes of just this tornado of beating wings and furs, and Sazota stands resplendent in thick cave bear furs. You have this sort of wild, almost nomadic, barbaric look to you, but everything's comfortable and everything's very warm. Will is dressed in the finest tunics of wolf fur, gray wolf fur. They even left the headpiece or the hood in such a way that the wolf ears poke out from it. So if you bring your hood up, you'll have this magnificent set of wolf ears. Tolman is a little bit more demure. His is white rabbit fur, accented with bits of just owl feathers. And then finally, Silverstring naturally is just dressed in all black fur, just black and gray fox fur. A few of all the tails are kind of hanging from the bottom of the tunic, so you have this sort of just bunch of tails hanging from your tunic, in this wonderful fashion. Excellent, excellent. You all look so fine, so grand. You'll fit right into high society. Shame about high society being closed. Is everything to your liking?
This is
Oh,
fantastic.
it's very nice.
It's
Did you say it was closed?
Oh yes, the Sindar have closed the canopy. Shame, too. I so love to visit there from time to time. It's been
No.
it's-
weeks.
Why?
Perhaps you could tell us why they closed it.
Oh, they've been a little tight-lipped, but oh, I have my ways. My little darlings tell me everything. And with that, the moths all beat their wings, but they beat their wings in unison, so it looks like it's just rippling out from one moth to all the other ones like a wave. That's both beautiful and a little creepy at the same time. I have my ways. What would you like to know, and what's it worth for you?
Well, you were asking for a story earlier. We could tell you a story.
Oh,
A story for a story.
that's a good deal. You've dealt with Fae before, have you not?
Not to my recollection.
Well, you're a natural then. Very well, a story for a story. You tell me yours and I'll tell you mine.
What story should I tell them?
Tell me a story of the North.
Story of the North?
You said you've heard stories about our great tree and it brought you here. I want to know what tales of the North reach your southern ears.
Ah,
Has Tolman read any stories about the North that I might be able to help him out with?
Have you?
Bleh.
22 intelligence, avid reader.
Or maybe I can pull something out of the Magna Libre about it.
Ooh.
Oh, a story. The Magna Libre will always tell you a story, won't it?
Yeah, sure. Improvise a story that the Magna Libre pulled for you.
Well, that's rough.
Welcome to the DM's world.
Yeah, right?
Ooh. Hell of branches and roots fending off an attack by the undead. That would be a
By
good story.
how long has that Seven Despairs been around?
Centuries.
So maybe it's an attack of the Seven Despairs and how it was fended off. How it
Well,
used to once be 9 Despairs, but is now lost 2.
well, if I recall, when I was younger, I did read of a story once about the great tree and how, as all hope had faded at one point from the hordes of the undead, and the one they called the Seven Despairs, that the tree itself, as a last resort, gave a part of itself to hold back the invasions and create this little sanctuary. And over time, though it continues to grow, that missing piece limits what it's capable of. It's the last holdout, so to speak, infusing the magic to create safe travel and safe haven.
Oh, what a wonderful story. As richly detailed as it was brief. It's a good show. It's a good show. You're a natural storyteller. The Fae lies as easy as it breathes.
Jeez.
The Fae clearly doesn't think much of your storytelling skills, but it's a Fae. They're weird like that. Very well, very well. A story for a story, and you would like to hear about why the canopies are closed, would you not?
Yes.
Yes.
Very well. Well, you see, we are all nestled here at the roots of Gaia the Younger, grown from a cutting of its father, our parent, our mother, it's hard to tell with trees. Gaia the Elder, who lies dead to the north end. While it grew and blossomed into the mighty tree you see, it blocks away the light of the sun. Radiance, I believe they call it to the south. But here we use older names and call it the sun. This has been generally regarded as a bad move by the locals, as it has grown so large and its canopy so thick that only the dark remains. You cannot grow food here, not without magical assistance or the assistance of creatures like me. You cannot hunt here, for once you step off the roads, your hunter becomes the hunted. And there are far worse things than cave bears in the wilds. Worse things indeed. But no, there's a little cat in this nest of vipers. And this little cat decided it would burn away the canopy. Light fire to the great tree, so that the light may cleanse the land once again. This was also considered a bit of a bad move, for this little cat, scurrying away from its fire, did not seek to control it. And what does fire do? And you can tell that
It
it's waiting.
spreads and burns.
It consumes without regard of anything else. But the tree is vast, and fire can only consume so much in a wetland like this. But the Sindars, they have taken it upon themselves to grow the tree, to nurture it, to see it protected, and they did not take well to this little cat's attempt to burn it down. And so they've closed the canopy until they can find this little kitty, repair its damage, and see all right with their world again. But this little kitty has other kittens as well, and who knows if they'll stop at good enough. 'Cause as you said, my little Yuan-Ti friend, what does fire do? It burns and burns and burns. Be it actual fire or the fires of the heart. The fires of change burn just as brightly and consume just as much, don't you think?
Indeed.
Certainly can do. Especially when empowered with
So tell me,
righteousness.
my little righteous frames, what fire do you bring to the frozen north?
Well, we bring word of the birth of a new being.
A new being. You say that word as if it's not just any being. Otherwise, why not the birth of a person, a creature? Why being?
For it is divine in nature.
But that is a story. And we have already traded a story for a story.
Ah, a tale for another time, perhaps. There's always room for tales here at the Twilight Horde. Now, shall we close your account, or would you like to purchase more items?
What else do you offer?
Oh, you can see my wares. You don't see emotion as there's no figure, but you can feel as if they're motioning to everything around them. We have implements of death and destruction. We have things that can heal and harm. Components for those that would rise kingdoms and bring down mountains. Anything your heart desires, I'm sure we can find here for the right price.
You sure we can find it? I'm not sure I can manage to have your same skill at spying things or understand your organizational system.
Well, tell me what you want, and I will bring it to bear.
Oh, golly gosh.
Surely you want something, everyone does.
Do you guys
Goodness.
desire for anything?
I think my desire has been stated for now.
Yes, warm clothes are more than sufficient for now. Maybe we'll want something else in the future. But
Well,
for now, you've done well for us. What is it that we owe you?
oh, well, it gladdens my heart that I've done well by my customers. I seek only to do so. And should you ever desire something in the future, come here and just remember that it will always be on hand. As for what I want for the warm clothing, a simple tithe of, oh, how about 20 pieces of gold? That should suffice.
Right.
We can manage that, can't we, Will?
oh, can't we now? Yes, I think so.
Perhaps
Bingo.
2 pieces of platinum would be about 20 gold, right?
Yep. So that's what I will pass him over there.
I could pass one and you could pass one, and then we could just be at an even 10 each.
Oh, there we go. I have a feeling like we should all be at 11.
Yeah, same.
All right.
The moths
Oh,
are beat their wings in unison as you hand over the 2 platinum. Oh no! Why didn't you tell me you didn't have gold? You only have platinum. And the price has already been set.
Ah.
No
Yep.
worries, no worries, my young new friends. How about I trade you 20 pieces of gold for this 2 platinum, and then you can pay for your stuff with the gold.
There you go. Brilliant.
Yep. There we go.
And they do so. This must be a little bit of nonsense because with Faye, the price was set, and thus the price must be paid exactly as was spoken.
Well
But
then.
2 platinum is exchanged for 20 gold, and the 20 gold is then exchanged for the warm furs.
And if we ever need anything again, or we need information, we always have a story to tell you if you have information for us.
Of course, of course. Come back anytime, even if you just want to chat. And be kind to any moths you see. My little children are, well, they're curious and everywhere.
All right. You've got yourself a deal.
Excellent, excellent. Always remember the Twilight Horde. We have everything you need.
All right. Well, let's find some lodging then, shall we?
I follow your lead, and oh, this is warm.
It's quite fetching.
A shame they didn't have anything in green, but
Oh, maybe next time. I would imagine if you'd asked, they could have breathled you up some dye or something.
possibly. But I think brown would probably be more apt here. It seems less lush and less of a need to hide myself.
Right. Yeah, this place could stand for some more green to it.
As you're walking around, go and just add a warm weather. It's technically ensorcelled warm weather clothes. They're kind of magical.
Okay.
They're called what?
Ensorcelled warm weather clothes.
Cold weather clothing. Oh my god, it's from Icewind Dale, Rime, and Frost Maiden. And scrolled. Oh.
Alright. So you're back on the streets, warmer, a little greener. And desiring a place to stay. So, you have two options. You have the Fat Walrus, down here in the roots. And you also have the Burl and Briar. The Fat Walrus is a little packed because it seems like, at least if the Hair Guardsmen were to be believed, most of the people who had to evacuate the canopy, because that's kind of where the wealthier people live, are now staying in the Fat Walrus, because the Burl and Briar is a little strange. It's ran by a fae named Cindershade. And some people consider that weird, perhaps much like your current encounter with the Twilight Horde.
Well, even if they think it's weird, we've encountered weirder, right? As well.
That we have.
Very well may be a source of information for us, though the Twilight Horde was very useful.
So the
Did
Burl
we-
and Briar.
Did we trade the alchemy jug at some point? Or did we lose it?
You still have it.
No, I still have it.
Oh,
Infinite
okay.
mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Cool.
Which, by the way, I definitely made some delicious tuna sandwiches with that.
Yeah.
It's like a free quart of oil, 3 gallons of mayonnaise, free honey. It's like a chef's helper for sure.
Yeah.
That, the spice pouch, chef
Yeah.
tools.
Be handy. Spice
Alright.
pouch, yeah.
I have added the jug.
Alright, so which place would you like to venture towards? The Walrus or the Briar?
Oh, the Briar, I think.
The Briar.
Yeah.
Ah, the Briar. It is up on a burl on the north side. It is a large, very, very circular burl, carved into which is several stained glass windows, and you can see the flashing light from inside from a warm fire and people making merry. It is up the quote-unquote stairs of the tree, so to speak, and as the guard said, you have to trust the tree. Because heading up the roots, you do find yourself in a place that's clearly marked as leading towards the Burl and Briar and the canopy beyond. But there aren't any actual stairs there. You can just see the gnarled bark of Gair, the younger, pulsing with that blue magical energy.
Well, trust the tree. I start going up.
It's like that Indiana Jones moment when you take that first step and just please, please don't let it be a fall to my doom. Though you're a monk, falling's just an inconvenience for you. But as you go to take your step, you see that the bark kind of peels away in tune with your footstep, and you land on a bit of peeled bark. And every step, the tree catches your steps and begins lifting you. Sometimes it's on a bark, sometimes it's on an unfurling frond, other times it's a leaf. But regardless, the tree itself moves with you and brings you to the door of the Burl and Briar, which much sort of similar to the door, quote-unquote door to the Twilight Horde. It doesn't look like a traditional door, it's just several layers of heavy furs. And it's been like that for most of the houses you walked by. It seems like while these places are made from the tree has a problem with hinges, because there are no doors.
Oh,
Interesting.
And inside you can hear music, you can hear people making merry, and you can hear the heavy beating of wings.
Well, I guess we go in, huh?
After you.
All right. Well, then we'll go in.
All right, you walk into the Burl and Briar, parting the heavy lined fur and entering into the warmth. It is a place of light and music. There are people dancing, people making merry. Sort of like the Twilight Horde, there are flowers everywhere just growing from the walls, but instead of the dozens of insects and moths, there's only just one large moth at the end where the bar is, sort of overlooking several canisters and flasks of various brightly colored liquid. Like I said, fox folk are dancing with rabbit folk. Nobody is sad here. Everybody's happy. There's a fire in the center of the room, which forms just this lovely golden light that dances around in the fire pit. And as you look around, the one thing that does unsettle you a little bit is that there are faces everywhere. There are faces in the flames, there are faces in the bark, there are even faces carved into the stained glass. But there are faces everywhere. And they do seem to follow and take in the merriment, take in the joy, take in the Burl and Briar.
Oh, nice.
It's so pretty.
And from the stained glass window, the largest of the stained glass windows, this moth retracts its proboscis into its mouth, and its little antenna flicker as it looks at you. Can I get you something? Would you like a drink?
that is so fluffy.
A drink would be nice.
Very well, very well. What kind of drink? Come, sit, be merry. I can make anything. Alcoholic, non-alcoholic. Would you like something that reminds you of your happiest moments? Would you like something that relives your darkest fantasies? Anything's for sale for the right price.
Oh my. Anything is a tall order.
Anything, as long as it's in drink form, I have it.
Perhaps something warm.
Something to warm the bone.
Yes.
Excellent,
It's been-
excellent.
Perhaps even warm the blood?
So to warm the bones for the gentleman, to warm the blood for the other gentleman, and what of the other two? What can I do for you? What would you like to drink? What memories would you like to endure, if any?
Memories.
Yes, I can make you relive your happiest moments, your saddest.
Oh. That sounds complicated.
Life is complicated, my friend.
So it is. Such memories may be. Twinned. It'd be an interesting try for. Let's give it a try.
A happy memory for a happy gentleman? Looks at
I
like
wouldn't
the all-black furred silver string.
wouldn't necessarily recognize myself as genuinely happy, but sure, let's give it a try.
Oh, you will be happy. Our drinks make everyone happy.
Fantastic. Will, what is your happiest memory? Tolman? As?
Oh. Well, geez, that's kind of hard to pinpoint.
So many.
You could say that, yes. I had, for at least the most part, a reasonably happy childhood.
Aye, same. I don't have a lot of unhappy memories recently. Well, until recently, I guess.
I was about to say.
And I don't know if they've been so much just unhappy as difficult. But no, like, as Sizora said, I had a relatively happy upbringing. It'd be hard to pinpoint one moment as my happiest.
I can pinpoint the worst, but not the happiest, funny enough.
I guess I could pinpoint my most relieved moment.
Oh.
The large moth like kind of butts in. Doesn't have to be a happy memory. I can make you a drink that lets you forget your sadness, if only for a little bit. Nothing permanent, of course.
I thought that's just what alcohol was for in general.
Hi, such
Sounds about
cleverness.
right.
Alright, well, happiness or forgetfulness, which would you prefer?
I'll go with happiness.
Happiness.
You can join in the merriment.
What about you, my good sir? Look, gestures to Silver String. Happiness or forgetfulness?
Oh, absolutely. The let's try happiness.
Tolmond also gets gesture too. What would you like, good sir?
Something peaceful.
A bit of peace in a turbulent time. Good choice. Smart choice. And you, my good, heavily armored friend, what would you enjoy?
Oh, just the warm drink you've given me already. I'm fine. I do well on my own.
Ah, sir, nothing for the gentleman. Very well. And with that, the moth begins just mixing vials of concoctions until various brightly colored, glowing drinks sit before you. These are all extremely alcoholic and very, very good at what they do. Enjoy. They will each cost you an hour of sadness. And you must also pay for your enjoying our company, and we charge for that all the same. An hour of sadness from each of you.
Somebody pick when that hour is.
Oh no, it's usually pretty immediate. Don't you exchange coin when you buy drinks? It's the same thing. I will just take your... I just wish to have everyone here be merry. So for 1 hour, I will take your sadness. You will not be able to be sad.
And then it'll all come crashing back.
You will return to normal, whatever the normal is for you. Sad, happy, it's all the same to me. Of course, you continue drinking.
I was
What?
imagining an emotional hangover.
Been there.
I think it's a fair exchange.
What happens
Great.
to you when you hold on to our sadness for a period of time?
Oh, your sadness, it will be given to the burl. The walls, they feed on emotion, you see. So we charge emotion. It's a give and a give.
I'm guessing if somebody wants to drink for sadness, then the cost is their happiness for an hour.
Yes, we offer all sorts of payment options. We prefer people to be happy, though. It does please our guests, most of all. And no one wants to drink at a bar filled with sad little people, living sad little lives. For that, you'll have to go to the Fat Walrus.
There's the fat walrus filled with sad people.
The people generally go there because, well, these kind of offers, and me and myself and the walls unnerve them. They wish to be with their own kind, as if they cannot be with their own kind here. Gestures a very brightly colored wing to all like the halflings and humans and rabbit and fox folk dancing and being merry. Though generally you know now that the reason why they are so happy is they literally cannot be sad while in here and drinking. Most people just want to be happy, I've learned. And well, I service the fae in the walls that wish to dine on sadness. It's a win and a win. You get drinks, they get food.
Alright, well, have my sadness for an hour.
Excellent, excellent.
You can have mine as well.
For an hour.
Yes, for an hour.
We only
Thank
take
you.
them at an hour at a time, which is just as how long as your drinks last. I run a fair business. Well, I work for someone who runs a fair business. I'm just the bartender. Also, I don't like being called a bartender. Call me a dream tender. That's what I really do. So I won't get mad if you call me the other one.
That sounds wonderful. A dream tender.
I am the dream tender. And what about you, my darkly enraptured fellow, and my bright little... Is that fox fur? No, that's rabbit fur. Nice coats. I seem to recognize the make. Have you been to the Twilight Horde recently?
That we have. You have a good eye.
Well, I can tell my kinsman's workmanship. It was made by the moths, was it not, my little brothers and sisters?
That it was. Usually moths are one for unmaking clothes.
Yes. Though, you know, I once knew a spider that ate socks.
Odd little creature.
Oh, yes, well, I wouldn't call him little. He was the size of a small room. But yes, he ate socks, and then he spun the most beautiful threads from the fiber he ate. They called him a laundry spider. It's the reason why most people in town socks went missing. So if you ever miss a left sock, well, now you know why.
Sacrifice
sock?
to the laundry spider.
A sock is a garment that goes on your feet before you put them in a shoe or boot or moccasin. It's supposed to add a level of comfort and warmth to it. But you...
Is Sizona wearing like sandals or just bare feet?
He has boots now, but he usually has sandals, if not bare feet.
Well,
Okay.
you still have some bare feet, but that's just because your boots have bear claw themed.
Oh yeah, my feet are always bare either way. The spelling just changes.
I could not resist the pun. With that, 3 concoctions in front of 3 of you, though Will has chosen not to drink per se. May you
Oh yeah, he was just gonna have the warm drink, the plain thing that he gave him earlier.
Yeah. Well, enjoy your drinks, my friends. Enjoy your drinks. May I get you a table by the fire?
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Thank you,
Excellent.
please.
Excellent. If you wish to talk to the fire, do be warned it does talk back. In fact, the fire runs the place.
Does the fire have a name?
It does.
Is it
it has
Calcifer?
several names. No, the fire's called Cindershade.
Ah,
You wouldn't happen to know a Cinder Heart, would you?
I do know a Cinderheart. It is one of Cindershade's many names. How did you learn that particular one?
a friend sent us forth.
Ah, friend. Well, if your friend knows one of Cindershade's other names, then perhaps it's a friend indeed. Come, have a seat by the fire. I'll bring your drinks along behind you. And with that, like, little mage hands kind of just appear and just start bringing you your drinks if you don't want to hold them. And they're all in like flasks and weirdly shaped decanters. Like no two containers is the same.
Yeah, we'll go sit by the fire and enjoy his drink.
I'll sit with you.
Oh, it's good to have company. Apparently, we can have a conversation with the fire.
I never thought I would actually be interested in talking to fire, but it seems like we need to either way.
Oh, I've spent many a night gazing at it. I don't know about talking to it, though.
Alright, your drinks are deposited. The fire is warm, golden. Definitely not the color of normal fire. It's definitely more of a gold, more of a sunlight colored. And it is warm but not too warm, comforting but not too comforting. It seems just the perfect amount of heat and light to really make this place dance and be merry. The chairs are comfortable, made of burl wood, shaped from the tree itself. And they seem to mold themselves to you as you sit in them. The flowers weaving them, flowers woven into the chairs also providing a faint, lovely scent. Everything about this place is homey and comforting. And that might be why some people don't like it, because sometimes it feels like a little much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But either way, here you are. Do you drink your drinks?
I'm gonna
yes.
clink my glass with Will's.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers.
Feels good to finally relax for a little while.
It feels familiar. It reminds me of home.
Oh, that's good. Pleasant memories, that. Is there a place that's better than home?
None in the world.
Oh. A brief respite from the road. And then he'll down his drink.
Especially after weeks on the back of a turtle and he'll down his.
Alright, your drinks are down. What of Tolman and Silverstring?
Tolman probably wouldn't think anything of it and would drink when the other two drank.
A sadness hangover. Let's see what happiness is.
Ugh.
Ugh, happiness, I hate it.
Happiness. This motion is bullshit.
Can't have my sadness.
Oh my gosh. He's not that edgy, guys. Come on.
He's in a circular tavern with no shady corners. He hates it here.
So warm and inviting.
Ugh. Passe.
Alright, so your drinks definitely are alcoholic. They have a strong kick to them, but each one tastes different. It carries the taste of like a child eating candy for the first time. It's just sweet and strange and almost addicting, and you can feel all of your worries and your wariness fade away as you partake of this strange face substance. And then you're happy. It doesn't literally take you back to your happiest memories, but they come clearer to your mind. Happiness that you may have forgotten, that may have been washed away by other darker thoughts, is brought to bear, and those darker thoughts are sent to the shadows where they belong, at least for the time being. You, Suzoda, perhaps are drawing similarities between your mom's tavern and this one. Just remembering your happiest times there before it all went to shit.
Yep.
Silverstring, you remember an odd mix of memories given your situation. Your happiest memories from being on the run the first time around. Those brief moments where you thought maybe you're safe, just, maybe you're not being hunted, unknowing and ignorant of the truth that your father is always keeping watch on you. And that blissful, happy ignorance is blended with the happy memories of those brief moments of you watching over your sister, taking care of her, knowing that maybe you can have a family after all before it too was all taken away. But you don't dwell on that last bit. You're focused on the here and now of those 2 moments. And while you know where you are and you're not literally in that memory, those are the memories that dance along your surface. Tolman and Will, it's similar. I don't have exact bits of information on what your happiest memories might be, but they certainly come to the forefront as all the darkness, the blue, and the dreariness of whatever failed responsibilities and hardships you've gone through just fade away. And you can tell why people are dancing and why people are having such a good time. It's easy to be happy. Laughter comes easy. And you are both happy and drunk. All at the same time.
Hey. This feels like a good time for some music. Or at least to join in the music if there is music playing.
There is a faint music in the background, but it doesn't seem to be played by anyone. It seems like it comes from the flowers in the walls itself. Certainly, if you were to strike a drum or a lyre string.
You know it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oof.
One away.
Oof.
One away from greatness.
One away.
That's your second 11. Second 11 this session, by the way.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
Fuck it. Yeah, I'll use inspiration on that. This is
It's a chill session. You can use your inspo for this.
There it is.
Yeah, let's go.
That's
Listen
like
up the tunes.
like 3 20s this session.
Yeah.
2 of them from Silver String, I think. It's better than 3 natural ones, I'll say that. Alright. You begin to pluck at your lyre, and a happy rhythmic tune escapes as if you're playing your memories upon your lyre for all to see, all to hear. The dancing becomes more upbeat. The music that seems to emanate from the walls fades away, only to come rushing back as an accompaniment to your lyre more than drowning you out. It uplifts and enhances your already fantastic performance until suddenly everybody is dancing and singing drunken songs along with the tune you play, and everybody's so happy. Even the fire begins to dance within its fire pit, making strange curls and shapes, enjoying your song as much as a fire can. That is a fantastic bit of lyre playing, the fire says, unheeded. The crackling of
Thank you.
the fuel accompanying its voice. Whoever taught you how to play such an instrument? Was it a fae, perhaps?
I don't exactly recall, but many of my professors in college were eccentric.
Eccentric, that's a word you use. Strange, if I recall. Well, whoever taught you to play, they have my compliments, and you have mine as well. Thank you for adding even more happiness to these hollow halls.
Oh, it is my pleasure.
Ah, it is ours. You do not need to be humble here. We recognize your gifts, and we exalt in them.
Recognize our gifts. What do you mean by that?
Your gift for the lyre. It is the best
Oh.
I've ever heard. I have
Thank
seen
you, that's-
musicians make princes reap and make mountains cry. and your lyre would fit in with the rest of them.
That is most gracious.
It is the truth, my dear Bond. It is the truth. Tell me, will you be staying at my establishment long?
We don't know, actually. We've come... We've come to help.
Ah, you've come to help. Have you all come to help? The fire says. A small little fey face appearing in the fire, kind of looking at all of you for a brief second before disappearing into the flames.
I believe so.
Ah, very well. Well, who are you helping, might I ask? Are you helping
Oh.
yourselves? Are you helping us? Are you helping the people here?
Theoretically, all of the above. It's the people of Kolsk that are interesting. We hear there's a problem up in the upper canopy. And the person being that took us here actually recommended you by name.
Ah. And what is the name of this person, and what name did they give you?
They gave us Cinderheart.
Ah, then it was the Turtle Dragon, if I recall.
Von Kasten, yes.
Concussion. Yes, I tend to give my acquaintances different names. For reasons that are my own. Your mind can race with a million good and bad reasons why you would do that. So, the locals call me Cindershade, but you can call me Cinderheart if you wish, or Cinder. Names have no weight for my kind. Only actions do. And you wish to help. The tree, I presume, or the people? Which would you help more?
The people, but if that means helping the tree, then all the better.
Well, that's the problem. Some believe that to help the people you must kill the tree. And some believe that in order to save the tree, you must have its people endure suffering.
Well, it's a tree. Why has nobody thought of just pruning the branches?
Because it is not just a tree to these people.
Right.
It is Gaia the Younger. It is worshipped by some, but held in high regard for all. Its fruit feeds 1,000 mouths. Its magic empowers 1,000 incantations. And its safety is provided to thousands as well. It gave Kolsk the Bramble Wall and its fruit, saving them from starvation. And to here it gives a home to thousands as well. Do you think any people so blessed by the tree's gifts would dare bring a knife or an axe to it?
Surely not.
Especially when the Sindar, the order of druids that care for all living things touched by the tree. Well, they're druids. They believe in natural growth, natural pruning. And what you propose is artificial, and thus blasphemy to their ears. So I ask again, would you help the tree or the people?
What exactly is the tree protecting the people from?
From a problem of its own making. my dear young half-elf. It creates the twilight from its size, and protects the people from those that dwell in the twilight, those that would consume their flesh and, worse, their souls, those that would see them dead and wandering.
Well, then certainly there must be a way to help both.
Ah, that is the question. Will you find a way to help both? Will you help neither?
Well, if the tree is a living entity, perhaps it can be reasoned with.
Perhaps. But who am I to know the thoughts of a tree? It gives us shelter, light, magic, and sustenance. And for that I am grateful. But as you well know, there are people that think otherwise, who would burn it to the ground. So if you wish to help the tree or the people, I would suggest you learn more about both. Otherwise you will be helping none. And ignorance is the most dangerous tool of all, don't you think?
It certainly can be.
Well,
Anywhere you would suggest starting?
I'm a fire, my darling. I am not a teller of stories, of tales, of knowledge. But even I hear things. If you want to know problems with the tree, find the caretakers of that tree, the Sindar. If you wish to help the people, find the champions of the people, whoever lit the fire. Or if you wish to simply be passing through to Kolsk, well, the road is enchanted by the tree's magic. Follow it and it will take you to Kolsk, Creed, or its elder father. If a tree could have a gender, it's a tree, but people here seem to give them, maleness. Which is strange, considering the tree bears fruit, but that's a debate for another time, I think.
Well, way to learn about the people. We start with, well, the people.
As good a place as any.
Perhaps not in here. People seem to be
Drunk.
drunk and happy, and they probably don't want to think about their problems. So perhaps
Hmm.
in a bar where they're drowning them instead.
So the tree bears fruit, huh? What sort of fruit does a tree bear?
Tree fruit.
Out of character, that's exactly what it's called. It's just called tree fruit. Well, it doesn't have a name per se. They simply call it the fruit of the tree, or Gaia's bounty. It is ever-changing, ever different. It may take the form of a peach, but tastes like a plum, or any combination between, but it feeds the people here. It makes them whole. And it is free for all. So you need not worry about starving here. Merely the cold and merely the drink. By the way, would you be resting here for the evening, or did you have other plans?
Oh my. I don't know about the rest of you, but I can't think of a better place to stay.
I think this would be the best. I might have a bias though. It makes me feel cozy.
I'm quite content to stay.
Right. Silverstring, would you rather stay here or?
I am enjoying
Let's
the
go.
revelry. Let's not go to the sad drunk place. That would not be very fun.
Indeed.
You're just imagining a room with like 36 dark corners.
The all corners.
Doesn't even make sense, but all you know is there's a lot of corners and hounds of Tindalus are everywhere.
Alright.
Alright, well, you're more than welcome to stay. We charge a small price for staying here. When you dream tonight, you will dream of nothing. That is our price. Your dreams. For just one
Oh.
night.
Gladly.
Ah, then it's a deal then. Rest
It'll
by
be the-
my fire when you wish. We will ensure you are not disturbed.
It'll be the best sleep I've had in years.
Oh, I can guarantee it. Well, drink, rest, and be merry. And then in the morning, well, all the dark tidings and strange decisions. That can be a morning tale.
Alright then. Well, Will would probably relax by the fire for a while, and then if he doesn't doze off here, then he'll head off for whatever lodging they have.
So you'll definitely all like kind of doze off in the area, but it's you can kind of tell afterwards it's done that way on purpose, because when you fall asleep, it's almost like that child moment when you fall asleep on the couch and then you wake up in your room, not realizing that your parents just moved you in the night. So you have that sense of like teleporting because you're like, I wasn't here. It's kind of like that. That sort of just happy moment, a happy memory of just falling asleep and then you wake up in just in a luxuriously appointed room. Just flowers and fur drapes everywhere. It's warm, it's cozy, and it's very well lit. And there's a small golden torch lighting it, and also providing the warmth, which you suspect, may not know for sure, but you suspect may be a part of Cinderheart's flame. But you're all in your separate rooms. And we'll go and we should probably end it pretty soon because like we have to hard quit in like half an hour. And
Yeah.
I don't want to like get into the meat of what's gonna happen and then just kind of have to abruptly cut it off. So this feels like a good spot.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
This
fair.
is a perfect
I would
spot.
agree. Yeah.
It's like sleep and then fireball the canopy tomorrow. Yeah.
I think the last thought that Will would have is that this place is dangerous. A tree that cares for all your needs. An inn that only charges you for your sadness. And a dreamless sleep. It's
Good
all
place. Yeah.
it's all too easy and too luring. It all seems too good.
Good place to lose yourself in. Yeah.
Sort of his last thoughts before he dozes off to sleep. That this place is seductive and dangerous.
It's like it's happy. I hate that.
Meanwhile,
It's
Silverstring's just like, maybe I should make my home here.
it's too happy and too easy.
Yeah, it's like
I think-
weird.
Maybe
I think
that's
Saz's is. I wonder what their food is like.
okay.
It's like it's our worst nightmare, a quasi-communist utopia.
Our worst nightmare. Star Trek.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna stop recording, but I'm definitely keeping all this in.